Yo, how's it going guys? Twinkie here. So today in this video, and by the way I have some other videos coming out today in case you don't know, I will leave the links for those in the description. But anyways, for today's video, it's just going to be a sniper comparison. So in case you haven't known, this channel includes a lot of sniper gameplay because I really like to snipe. So previously in Taken King, I used what the majority of people used, which was the 1,000-yard stare. I myself got a really good roll from the Cryptarch with Hidden Hand and Grenadier. I mainly used it not really for the Hidden Hand, but more for the Grenadier because of my playstyle with grenades. But anyways, further away from the point, what this video was going to be about is a comparison of that archetype of sniper versus something like the Devil's Dawn, which I've grown to really love and I really enjoy using it. So the video's main point of content is just going to be a compare and contrast between the two archetypes and my two personal snipers. So we have the Devil's Dawn, which is a set roll of armor-piercing rounds, quick draw that you can switch between. Those are my two preferences. And then life support and Firefly. Or we have the 1,000-yard stare, which can be randomly acquired. I got mine from the Cryptarch back in Taken King with Hidden Hand, Small Bore, and Grenadier, and Short Gaze. So I'm just going to compare the two archetypes as well as just the two snipers in general, and which I would say is the better of the two for your majority of your situations. So first up, I'm going to be looking at the point of the Devil's Dawn, and basically its uses in the grand scheme of PvP and that world, even though it is technically a really PvE-oriented gun. We're just going to be looking at it from the sniping perspective for Crucible. So the main thing that a lot of people originally were gunning for this gun was it could take down any super. Now, yes, it can take down any super, but after playing some Rise of Iron, and now we're a couple months in now, after realizing that the nerf to snipers, aside from the flinch, was not that bad, a lot of people rotated back to the 1,000-yard. So the benefits of the Devil's Dawn, they need to be highlighted so people know what they are really, because otherwise people are just going to be like, whoa, why would I use a slower fire rate sniper rifle when I can use something like a 1,000-yard, which works like nearly just as well? Well, here are the reasons. The reasons for the Devil's Dawn is body shots are a thing with this thing. Warlocks who run low armor, hunters who run low armor. I don't know if Titans can even run low enough armor for this to happen, but it's happened to me a few times where I'll be sniping with this gun and I'll do a quick scope shot and I get a kill on a Warlock, for example, who had full health, and I shot him in the hip region of his character model. So I found it very interesting that it could do that, and also a bit disturbing that it had that high of an impact. I wasn't honestly expecting that. So it can body shot, and it can take supers out immediately in comparison to a 1,000-yard, which has some variability. So those are really the two benefits. I personally like the Devil's Dawn a lot more than my 1,000-yard now. The Devil's Dawn has a lower amount of aim assist, so that's a very high point with it, and you can't change the aim assist because there's no different scopes, there's a set roll, so you can't change the roll. So basically what you get is what everyone gets, and you just have to adapt to be really good with it. Whereas the 1,000-yard or any of those archetype weapons, so like But Unforgotten, Laughing Heart, LDR, Longbow Synthesis, I could rattle off so many of that archetype, but you get the picture. So those are really the only two major points for Devil's Dawn. I like it. It's a snappy gun, especially with quick draw, if you're not playing on Blade Dancer or using Asphinian Aspects, I think they're called, for the Warlock. It's a really good gun. So I can't really say anything bad about it, honestly. I could say quite a few things that are bad about the 1,000-yard that the Devil's Dawn can do, and that's taking out supers. Let's take a switch on the road here and go over to the 1,000-yard stare review. So coming up here, we have 4 clips from a single game. The way I record my gameplay is through the Xbox, so I had it at single-minute clips. But anyways, these were 4 clips from a single game where I did very well with my 1,000 yard. So this is just going to be my main base of like how good it can be. So my 1,000 yard, just to go over the perks and the loadout again. It has a short gaze scope along with the perks of Hidden Hand, Grenadier, and I also run Small Bore on it. The other 2 perks, one of them is Hannibal, I believe, which is not PvP related, and then I forget the other one. But anyways, my 1,000 yard, I really like it. A lot of people are going to say it's really good for the Hidden Hand because 1,000 yard already has... it doesn't have as much aim assist as the longbow or LDR used to have, but it's still up there, especially with the Hidden Hand. So people could say, oh, it's really good because of that, and because it can roll with Hidden Hand in comparison to Devil's Dawn, which can't. It makes sense. Like, yeah, 1,000 yards can be better in a lot of situations. It's more versatile, I guess, is the point. But it really depends on the player. If you're really good with this type of weapon, then use this type of weapon. If you're really good with Devil's Dawn or that heavy hitting type of sniper rifle, then use that. I'm good with both in my opinion. I don't really find an issue in switching between the 2. The aim assist is definitely something you have to get used to. 1,000 yard, it's very, very, very snappy, especially since the aim assist pretty much stops you right whenever you hit them. It's not going to be like you can completely put your thumb on the thumbstick and just slam it onto the right or left side, but it's still pretty sticky in comparison to Devil's Dawn. I really like it though. It still hits really hard. As you can see, I did 156 to the body on that hunter just there. So it works well in like pretty much all situations. I would definitely use it as my go-to gun for casual PvP. I would not use it for something like Trials. Honestly, I would use something that is going to hit harder. So I would use a Devil's Dawn. I would use the Event Horizon. But I would definitely not use my 1,000 yard for something like Trials, especially now that any sniper can res snipe, but the super killing, it's really dependent on the enemy's armor, and I don't really want to run that risk if there is a Sunbreaker Titan charging at me with his hammers, or if there is a Titan coming in with the smash and I have the possibility of being able to kill him. So yeah, that's my thoughts on these 2 snipers and what you can do with them. What's best for them, honestly. Final note, I guess, just to clarify, if you want to kill supers, like, guaranteed, and generally, like, just steal kills or pick people off with a high chance of killing them in one shot, go for the Devil's Dawn. If you really like to be quick and agile about your sniping, I would go with the 1,000 yard, especially if you get quick draw, because it's a very light and snappy sniper, especially in comparison to Devil's Dawn, which is already quick and snappy just because of quick draw. Mine doesn't have quick draw on my 1,000 yard, but the Devil's Dawn is still not as snappy in my opinion, just because of its archetype. It feels a bit more sluggish and slow, but it's still really good. So it's up to you guys. Use what you like. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next week. See ya.